Ever wondered why ethics matter so much in the world of computing? What's the big deal? Well, let's scratch beneath the surface and find out. Ethics in computing is like the compass guiding us through the labyrinth of intellectual property rights, privacy concerns, data protection, spam wars, software piracy, and the dark alleys of cybercrime and hacking. It's not just about knowing the right from wrong, it's about understanding and applying it in a digital world. So buckle up as we dive deeper into these topics. Now imagine creating something amazing and someone else just snatches it away. That's where intellectual property rights come in. You see, intellectual property rights, or IPR for short, are like a protective shield for your brilliant ideas and innovations. It's like that snazzy lock on your front door that keeps your precious belongings safe from sneaky burglars. In the realm of computing, IPRs play a vital role in safeguarding the fruits of your mental labor. These could be anything from groundbreaking software to a catchy jingle for a tech startup. Let's delve a bit deeper. Intellectual property rights broadly encompass patents, trademarks, and copyrights. Patents protect your inventive products or processes. Trademarks safeguard your brand's identity, like logos and names. And copyrights, they guard your original works of authorship, like your code or that awesome app you just developed. These rights are not just about protection, though. They also foster a culture of creativity and innovation. Knowing that your work is protected gives you the confidence to dream bigger, create more, and share your inventions with the world. Now, some might argue that in the digital age, information wants to be free. But remember, there's a fine line between freedom and theft. Using someone's work without their permission or without giving credit, that's crossing the line. And in our digital world, that line can sometimes be as thin as a single click. So remember, stealing someone's work, not cool, not ethical. You wouldn't want anyone snooping around your personal diary, would you? The same applies to your data. Imagine a world where your every move, every click, every thought is being monitored, recorded, and potentially used without your consent. Sounds like a page out of a dystopian novel, doesn't it? But that's the reality of today's digital age if we don't prioritize privacy and data protection. Privacy, in this context, refers to an individual's right to keep their personal information just that, personal. It's about maintaining a space where you can be you, uninhibited by the prying eyes of the world. In an age where we're constantly connected online, it's easy to forget that our digital footprints can be as revealing as physical ones. Data protection, on the other hand, is about safeguarding this personal information from unauthorized access or breaches. It's the armor that keeps your digital self safe from the arrows of cyber threats. Now, why is this so crucial? Well, imagine your personal information falling into the wrong hands, used for nefarious purposes, or even sold to the highest bidder. Not a pleasant thought, is it? To prevent this, we need robust data protection measures in place. These can range from encryption, which is like a secret code that scrambles your data to make it unreadable to unauthorized users, to two-factor authentication that adds an extra layer of security to your accounts. But it's not just about having these measures in place, it's also about using them effectively. You wouldn't buy a fancy lock for your house and then leave the key under the doormat, would you? The same logic applies to data protection. From regularly updating your passwords to being mindful of the information you share online, every step counts in preserving your privacy. Remember, in this digital age, data is a currency. It can buy convenience, personalization, even power. But it can also be a tool for manipulation, exploitation, and breach of trust if not protected properly. And no, your data is not up for grabs. Privacy matters. Ever been flooded with unwanted messages or tempted to get that cracked software for free? Well, think again. Let's start with spam, the digital equivalent of that annoying fly that just won't leave you alone. It's not just the annoyance factor, though. Spam is a significant disruption in our digital lives. It clogs up our inboxes, distracts us from productive work, and often it's a vehicle for more malicious activities, like phishing or spreading malware. What's more, spamming is a blatant misuse of resources. It consumes bandwidth, storage space, and most importantly, our precious time. From an ethical standpoint, spamming disregards the principle of respect for others' personal space and time. Now let's shift gears and talk about software piracy, the act of illegally copying or distributing software without the proper authorization from the copyright holder. It might seem like a victimless crime, After all, it's just a bunch of ones and zeros, right? But it's not that simple. Software piracy is a breach of intellectual property rights. It's akin to walking into an artist's studio, grabbing a painting off the wall, and walking out without paying a dime. It's theft, plain and simple. Software developers put in countless hours and significant resources into creating these digital masterpieces. When we pirate software, we're not just stealing their work, we're also undermining their ability to invest in future innovations. Moreover, pirated software often comes with its own set of problems. It's frequently riddled with malware or viruses. It doesn't come with customer support or updates. And let's not forget the legal repercussions. Fines for software piracy can run into hundreds of thousands of dollars, not to mention potential jail time. So the next time you're tempted to hit that download now button on a pirated software, or send out a mass email without the recipient's consent, stop and think. Is it worth it? Is it ethical? The answer, my friends, is a resounding no. Spamming and pirating, definitely not the way to go. Remember those Hollywood movies with hackers breaking into systems? It's not as glamorous in real life. The digital world, much like the physical one, is plagued by crime. Cybercrime, a term that encapsulates everything from stealing personal data to bringing down entire networks, is a serious issue that we grapple with in this age of advanced technology. Hacking, a subset of cybercrime, refers to the unauthorized access to data in a system. It's not just about tapping into the mainframe wearing a black hoodie, as movies might have you believe. Hacking is a double-edged sword. On one side, you have the so-called white hat hackers. These tech wizards use their skills ethically to identify and fix potential vulnerabilities, safeguarding systems from malicious attacks. They're the digital world's knights in shining armor, if you will. But then there are the black hat hackers. These individuals exploit the same vulnerabilities for personal gain, causing harm to others. They're the villains, the digital world's equivalent of bank robbers or con artists. The ethical issues surrounding hacking are complex. While it's clear that using your skills to protect and serve is ethical, using the same skills to harm or exploit is not. It's the classic dilemma of using a tool for good or for ill. But the harm that hacking can cause is not just financial. It can lead to a breach of privacy, a loss of trust, and in some cases, even pose a threat to national security. Cybercrime and hacking are not just about the individual hacker and their target. They're about all of us. They're about the kind of digital society we want to live in. Do we want a world where our data is safe, our privacy respected, and our systems secure? Or do we want to live in fear of the next big hack? The answer, I believe, is clear. We need to promote ethical practices in computing, encourage white hat hacking, and condemn black hat hacking. We need to strive for a digital world that is safe, secure, and respects individual rights. Yes, hacking might sound exciting, but it's as unethical as it gets. So, after all this, you might be wondering, what's the way forward? Well, it's quite simple and yet incredibly profound. It's all about etiquette and ethics, my friends. In the world of computing, just like in any other field, good etiquette and ethical practices are not only advised, they're downright essential. Imagine a world where everyone respects intellectual property rights. A world where your data is your own and no one else's. A world free from spam, free from software piracy. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But it's a dream we can all help realize, one ethical decision at a time. Every time you respect someone's intellectual property, every time you protect your data and that of others, every time you say no to spam and software piracy, you're making a difference. You're helping create a more ethical, more respectful computing environment. And this isn't just about the big things, it's about the small things too. It's about not sharing someone's data without their consent. It's about not spreading malicious code or hacking into systems. It's about respecting the rights of others, even in the virtual world. You see, being ethical in the computing world isn't just about following a set of rules or guidelines. It's more than that. It's about understanding the impact of your actions, the ripple effect they can have. It's about being responsible, being accountable. It's about integrity. And let's not forget, good etiquette and ethics aren't just good for the soul, they're good for business too. They foster trust, promote collaboration, and create an environment where innovation can thrive. So as we journey together in this ever-evolving world of computing, let's remember to take our ethics with us. Let's remember to respect others' rights, to protect data, to say no to spam and software piracy. Let's strive to be ethical, to have integrity, to make a difference. Remember, being ethical is not just about following rules, it's about respect and integrity. On behalf of SMPC Academy, stay ethical, stay smart.